Second wave feminism. Again, we're going to focus on the rhetorical theory development. So what we see with second wave feminism is it expands even more. So it's picking up where first wave left off. First wave focused on the right to vote, and it let go of the abolition of slavery, and it let go of the legal equality. And so second wave picks up with, we want equal rights to men. Slavery has been abolished at this point, and we're in a much later time period. And we're really coming out of the Second World War, where women went to work because the men were off fighting a war, and then women were kicked out of the workplace when the men came back. And women were like, what the heck, this isn't fair. It's not fair to us, it's not fair to the men. They should have just as many choices as we have. We should have just as many choices as they have. And that's where second wave feminism starts. Because now we're talking workers, and we're we're expanding the class structure that is accessing second wave feminism. We have to start in a completely different place. We can no longer guarantee Republican motherhood, and that's really important for second wave feminism. It's not about we have to educate our children so we already have access to this education. We've extensively read in rhetorical theory because we have to raise our sons to be good citizens and contribute to the growth of America. Now we have people who went into factory work because of World War II and then got kicked out of factory work because the men came back from World War II, and they're like, but it was really helpful to have access to work. Or I have children and my husband died in World War II and now I don't have a job. What do I do? So many variations, so many variations. And so a lot of it really focused on how to obtain rights equal to men, but it had to start with consciousness raising, because there was no guarantee, even though public education is now a thing, there was no guarantee that all classes of women and all participating women had rhetorical understanding, had an understanding of what the idea was that they were fighting for and what's going on with all of that. It's still, and the book says this, it still leans heavily towards white women, and that does leave out huge portions of the American population. And you can even see with Betty Friedan, who is cited in this, she's really looking at middle class white women. So we're still, expanding the classes that are participating in feminism. First wave feminism was very much a, high, middle to upper class participation. Now we're lowering all of that, not lowering, we're expanding, sorry. Classes are complicated. We'll leave it at that. Not the focus of this conversation. The focus of the conversation is second wave feminism had to teach rhetorical strategies to ensure that all participating people, so women and other people who are a part of it, were coming at it from an educated standpoint, and we're educated on the issues and educated on the rhetorical practices necessary for effective communication in public sphere as well as private sphere. And so a lot of the focus was really on that consciousness raising. And that's the rhetorical strategy. Educate about citizenship, citizenry, and their rights so that we can then fight for those same equal rights.